women from the parishes saw some needs that they couldn't handle individually in their parish. So they formed the Catholic Social Betterment League. Very profound title that we surely wouldn't use today, but in any event, that's what they called themselves. And so they banded together to do together what they couldn't do alone.
We're all a part of the same universe. We each have a responsibility to do our part to make it better.
The word Catholic means all-inclusive. We don't serve people because they're Catholic. We serve people because we're Catholic. We think it's our job to do it. It's part of our faith tradition. It's why we exist. At Catholic Charities, we can't fix the world all at once. We can only stretch ourselves out to mend the parts of the world that are right in front of us. The good news, Catholic Charities is in the middle of the action in Eastern Washington, and there's a whole lot right in front of us that we can do something about.
I think what I wish they knew most about Catholic Charities of Eastern Washington is the incredible range of services that we provide to people literally from conception all the way to death.
I love Catholic Charities because it gives me an opportunity to meet some of the most genuine people, some of the most kind people, and some of the most brave people. And I get an opportunity to do that. I get to serve them, I get to work for them, I get to offer them somebody who cares about what's happening in their life.
We're all in this together, right? We're not doing it for you so that you don't have to. We're doing it with you, alongside you. We'll need you across the board in all of these ways: service, prayer, outreach, advocacy, education about what the reality of homelessness may look like, or the reality of human trafficking, or the reality of hunger.
We bring compassion, and we bring this sense of treating every person with dignity and respect. When somebody walks into our office, they feel comforted. They feel like they are meeting people that care about who they are.
At Catholic Charities, we believe that all people deserve dignity and respect. That means people deserve to eat inside and to sleep inside, to be safe and to be healthy. For people experiencing homelessness, we respond to that crisis with a robust shelter system. Our goal is to help them in the immediate crisis and then help them take that next step into housing and stability.
Catholic Charities is this amazing group of individuals who come together to provide services in the midst of unimaginable suffering.
When you can see a family that walks through our door one day looking just like the weight of the world is on their shoulders, and then to see them a week later and to see the light in their eyes and to have them talk about the hope they see in their life and all the amazing resources they're excited to venture into, that is why I do this work.
I get to see families who come into us broken and they transform before our very eyes. I have a mom right now who is living literally on the streets behind a Safeway. She has 2 of her boys back in her care and working on reunification with the other 3. She begins her GED classes in a week and she has 180 days sober. It's incredible to see these families healing right before my eyes.
Once a family has at least temporary shelter, our team works very hard to get them into stable housing. Stability is the basis on which they can start to rebuild their lives. And that starts with a forever home, a roof over their head that isn't going away in 30 days because they can't make rent. It means food security, food for all that is fresh and nutritious and available. It means furniture and household goods and people to help them on their journey to stability.
Family homelessness in Spokane has reduced by 60% since 2012. Chronic homelessness in Spokane has gone down by about 47 people in the last year, and guess what? Catholic Charities opened up 50 units of housing for individuals who experienced chronic homelessness in the last year. I don't think that's a coincidence. This housing works. It is reducing homelessness in Spokane, and it's providing stability that our community sorely needs. To hand over a pair of keys and walk them through their apartment and see the transformation that that immediately has, we really do see an immediate change in someone when they know I'm safe, I'm home, and this is where I belong.
So you know how at Christmas time, your kids come out and they're so excited to see those toys under the trees and all the gifts that they get? I've seen kids get excited to have a bed. And a homemade quilt, and they can call it their own. It's theirs. Somebody can say, yeah, I'm gonna go to my house and cook my own dinner I don't have to go to a shelter to eat. I can take a shower in my own bathroom. I can make my own bed. And to have things that we take for granted every single day, to be able to give that to our families and to our residents is amazing.
Once an individual or family is stable, our programs provide wraparound services to help folks take that next step on their journey to wellness and dignity. We provide counseling and education and expert advice. We advocate for them to help them move forward in hope.
There's so many pressures in society, and it's most common for both parents to work or be outside of the home, and I think they all have a special story. Everybody needs a safe place for their child, no matter what their circumstances.
The need for human interaction in our elderly population is huge. When a volunteer takes a client for a ride, they have a chance for someone to ask the question. You can literally see the life come back into someone's eyes, and you can see the joy come back into their life when they make that connection.
I think changing these family stories will impact our community in great ways. Through our work, we're reducing the number of ambulance rides to the hospital. We're reducing ER visits. We're reducing school dropout numbers. We're reducing crime and violence. These big societal problems that are a problem not just for our community, but every community, we're seeing them reduced even with our small number of our families. As they heal, as they learn a new way of operating, their entire life is changing, and it's having huge impact on our community in just a few short months.
When you are working with a family that is the fourth generation living in urban poverty, without education, with possibly substance use disorders, with mental health challenges, with parents who are now parenting who never learned how to properly parent, these are generational, deep dive type of problems, and we can help one by one, person to person, side by side, as we work to accompany those individuals and families to get where they want to go on their journey.
We all know that the people that we serve are our neighbors. They're not just some random number that's out there in the community. They're our people. They're people that we walk alongside, that we eat next to.
All at the same time, keeping a hold of the larger vision that eventually we aim and we hope and we have great confidence that we will break the cycles of intergenerational poverty.
On any given day at Catholic Charities, we've got 300 staff in 15 different programs and 6,000 volunteers, 13 different counties, all doing work to help people get out of suffering and get out of poverty. But we're not just doing it for us or for them. We're doing it for the entire community.
I love that we have the vision to really move the needle, and that we don't shy away from the hard work that people aren't ready for. They're not ready for a paradigm shift sometimes, and we are saying we see the vision for these families, we see what these families need, and we're gonna forge ahead anyway because it's the right thing to do for our community.
The thing that excites me most about Catholic Charities and our future is the integration of our various services that we're now providing, where we're looking at certain problems such as the homeless problem more holistically, where we're providing the housing, the stability in the form of meals and nutrition, and also the counseling needs, and to some extent even assisting with the medical needs and the case management to provide the complete circle of services needed.
We ask people for prayers. We ask them to consider volunteering in one of our programs because we believe that getting them involved in the communities and in the programs will tie them to us for life.
Now please, come and take a look. You're part of this. We're doing this on your behalf. We're all in this together.
Jesus says, when you do it for the least of these, you do it to me. And I think that Catholic Charities as a whole really believes that. It's that when we are doing all that we do for those who are in need, that we're really doing it as Christ's hands, and I love working for an organization like that.
I love Catholic Charities because we're a yes organization. If there's a person or a family or a household in need, the first response is always yes, and then we kind of figure out how to make it happen, and I've never worked for a place that's quite like that.
When you support Catholic Charities, you are giving individuals in our community that may not have hope, that may not feel appreciated, that may not feel valued, you're giving them an opportunity to move forward in their lives. You are allowing somebody that is hopeless to be able to find hope.
I'm humbled every day by the people who enter our buildings. On any given day when I feel like I've had a bad day, I get to encounter someone who changes my mind.
We appreciate everything you do. So thank you very much.
I want to say thank you for helping our community members. Thank you for being there for them, for giving to them, and for caring about them.
I really would love to thank all of our amazing donors, partners, parishes that we work with. We could not do this work without all of those partnerships.
I'd like to say thanks to all the folks who have been such generous and faithful supporters of Catholic Charities over the years. You've made an enormous difference in the lives of thousands of people.
Thank you for donating. Thank you for volunteering. Thank you for coming to our events and enjoying learning about what we do and meeting the people who are as enthusiastic about our work as we are.
I'd like to give a big thank you for everyone who shares their time so selflessly throughout the year to give back to the communities.
Spokane and Eastern Washington remain incredibly generous to our mission and to the programs in so many ways. We simply could not do this work without each and every one of you. Thank you.
Catholic Charities is a special friend to the community, a special and powerful friend to the entire Eastern Washington community.